own truth. He has his own principle. Very, very complex to understand Lord Shiva because of his personality. We can understand Lord Shiva and the principle of the Achintya Veda Aveda Tattva. That principle that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us is simultaneously one and different. Lord Shiva is simultaneously one and different than with Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Lord Shiva, in a sense, he's also a Supreme Lord, but not on the same level. We were explaining about the analysis of Srila Rupa Goswami according to the Nectar of Devotion, that Lord Krishna, though he has unlimited qualities, Parasya Shakti Vividhaiva Suyate, Swaviki Bala Kriya Cha, Jnana Bala Kriya Cha. Yes. But there are like 64 main qualities of Lord Krishna. Lord Vishnu has 60 of these qualities, super excellent qualities compared to Lord Krishna. Because Lord Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. And then Lord Vishnu is 4 qualities less, 60 qualities. And then there is Lord Shiva, 55 main qualities he has similar to Lord Krishna. And the Jivas, which is the topmost, is Lord Brahma. He is having 50 of the qualities of Lord Krishna, the Jivas. So Lord Shiva is compared as Lord Brahma when he was praying from the Brahma Samhita. Lord Krishna is compared to milk, dud. And Lord Shiva is compared to yogurt. So from some chemical reactions, if you have like milk and you put some lemon or some acid, then it'll be transformed into yogurt. So it's only one way. Yogurt comes from milk, but you cannot transform yogurt back into milk. So simultaneously one and different. It's like there is a deity in Navadvip. Devotees will also pass by the temple. But there's a deity, half is Lord Vishnu and half is Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is very, very, his color though is not as blue as black like Lord Krishna. His complexion actually is, according to the Shastra, is like golden color also. But then Lord Shiva, in the matter of executing his function or his duty in the material world, Lord Krishna has to accept, because Lord Krishna is not touched by the material energy. He does not have anything to do with the material energy, the activities. But under his direction, he is involved. So in the matter of creation, actually, as we would learn or we understood from the Shastra, that glance of Mahavishnu, right? Karuna Dakashayi Vishnu or Mahavishnu. Through his glance with the material energy, then the function or the energy of the Supreme Lord starts to, that matter, that Mahatattva, start to become alive, start to manifest its activities. So the carrier, to his glance. But then the execution of the creation is carried on by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. He's eternally also residing in the spiritual world. Shambhu. Shambhu. There is this place where he's also residing. It's called Mount Kailash, up in the mountains of the Himalayas. And this Mount Kailash is like full of snow, snowing all the time. And at the same time, also, he's always meditating. Always meditating. On whom? He's always meditating on Lord Shankarshan. Who is Lord Shankarshan? None other than Lord Balaram. None other than Lord Balaram. So he's always chanting with his Rudraksha Mala. Ram, 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 Ram. So that Ram is actually Shankarshan. Or none other than Lord Balaram. So he's one of his names is Yogeshwar. The yogis, they worship Lord Shiva because Lord Shiva is so focused. His mind is so focused on Lord Ram or Balaram, Lord Shankarshan. And it says that Lord Shiva, when Lord Krishna asked him, because there is this personality, Lord Shiva, the original Lord Shiva in the spiritual world is Shambhu. So Lord Krishna asked him to specifically perform this duty because Lord Krishna made many materialistic people or personalities. They would pray to Lord Krishna for material boons. Very rare that a person actually will approach the Supreme Lord to invoke within their hearts love of God. In a sense, there are more followers of Lord Shiva in the material world than Lord Krishna. It's like you travel all over India, there are more temples of Lord Shiva than Lord Krishna. So if you go South India, so the materialists, they want to perform austerities and they want to get a boon from Lord Krishna. But then Lord Krishna, it's difficult for him to give up. I mean, it's not difficult. He can do it. But then he doesn't want to do this duty. So somehow or other, in order for Lord Krishna, enable for him to manage this materialist who's always asking him for material boons, of course, he asked Lord Shiva to do this. That's why those who wish to fulfill their material desires, they worship Lord Shiva. And that's why one of his names is Ashutosh. Ashutosh. Ashutosh means one who is easily pleased. But then one of his name also is Rudra. Rudra means one who is easily also get anger, become angry. You see, when we say that Lord Shiva is a demigod, but actually he's not really a demigod. In a sense, he's a demigod again, but at the same time, he's not a demigod. He has his own cat. He's not like, he's Mahadev. Mahadev. He is the topmost of the demigods. Lord Shiva came from the forehead of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma, in order for him to populate the entire universe, the first living beings came first are the four Kumaras. But then the four Kumaras, they were instructed by Lord Brahma to procreate, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. And Lord Brahma became angry. So out of anger, yes, Lord Shiva appeared. Um, so Lord Shiva eternally, he resides in the spiritual world as Shambhu. That's why, and his topmost form in the spiritual world is Gopishwar. Gopishwar. That means he whom all the gopis take shelter of. Gopishwar. He's the master of all the gopis who's worshiping Lord Krishna. So Gopishwar. And his eternal consort is Parvati or Uma or Durga in the material world. So Durga, she is in charge of the material energy. The name Durga means fort. She is the one who is responsible that no one gets out of here unless they prove themselves to be pure devotees. Her main function is to keep the jivas, nitya badhas, the eternally conditioned souls, to become bewildered and to be in illusion and not to get out of this material world. So this is the function of Lord Shiva's consort, Uma Devi or Durga. So as we were mentioning earlier also, I mean, it's just repeating now, Lord Shiva, his function, actually, there are these three gunas, guna avatar. Three gunas means mode of passion, ignorance, and goodness. So in the mode of goodness, for the maintenance of the material creation, there is this Lord Vishnu. That's another expansion of Lord Krishna. We mentioned earlier again, Lord Krishna doesn't have anything to do with the material world. He doesn't touch the material world. But his representatives are there to perform all of these duties, administration. So Lord Brahma, as in the matter, second creator, he is the engineer. He is the he's the creator, secondary creator. Lord Brahma in the mode of passion, Rajagun. And then in the mode of ignorance, it is Lord Shiva. Now, even though he is the predominating deity in the mode of ignorance, he is not in the mode of ignorance. He just took that service, but then he has to be involved in that mode of ignorance, but he's not in the mode of ignorance. It's like Lord Shiva, he is always accompanied with those who are in the mode of ignorance and passion, like ghosts, hobgoblins, witches, and because you see the demons, they worship Lord Shiva. His followers actually are those in the mode of ignorance. And because Lord Shiva is very merciful, he gives them shelter. Gives them shelter. Fulfill their material desires. It's like boons for material benefits. Lord Shiva will easily give them. But he, according to him, actually they are fools. Those who worship Lord Shiva only for material benefit, he considers them as fools because material benefits doesn't last long. It's only up to a certain time that they will get his boon, and then after some time it'll be finished. No material things actually exist eternally. Lord Shiva is more happy if we worship Lord Shiva as a Vaishnava. To get this is the difference now again. There are similarities we mentioned. There are similarities between Lord Krishna and Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he cannot give ultimate. He can give them mercy for those who the Vaishnavas. If we just like the greatest worship is worship of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. But greater than that is the worship of his devotees. So if we understand that Lord Shiva, if we give respect and we understand his position, we can worship him, we can serve him. Then understanding that he is a devotee, the topmost devotee of the Supreme Lord, then we'll get his mercy, and ultimately we will get the love of God, prema bhakti, Krishna prema. But he's not the one who's giving liberation. It is who? It is Mukunda. Mukunda means the giver of liberation. The giver of material boons is Lord Shiva. Even though they're in the mode of ignorance, very, very degraded. So Lord Shiva is like this. Lord Shiva, the topmost position, that Lord Shiva, eternal form of Lord Shiva in the spiritual world is Gopishwar. Gopishwar. So in Vrindavan, in the Boma Vrindavan, in order to enter Vrindavan, we have to get the permission from Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is the Digpal. Digpal. It's like in Vrindavan, there are 4 directions: north, east, west, south. So in each and every place, Lord Shiva's manifestation, because actually he is the father of everyone in the material world. Even though it says in the Bhagavad Gita, what does it say? Aham bija pradapita. Aham bija pradapita. Yes, Aham bija pradapita. I am the seed-giving father of every living being. But then, Lord Shiva, this is Tattva. We're talking about Tattva here. When Lord Krishna function in the material world, it is Lord Shiva. Because Lord Krishna is not touched by the material world. And then Lord Krishna, to do the function of creation, he became Lord Shiva. That's why the representation of worship of Lord Shiva is the linga, that organ worship. So he is the seed-giving father also in the material world. But ultimately, that is also Krishna. Again, Achinta Veda Veda Tattva. So he has different deities in Vrindavan.
7 o'clock.
Like if you go to Kamyavan, there is Kameshwar Mahadev. Kamyavan means where all your desires become fulfilled. All your desires becomes fulfilled. Then there is Bhuteshwar. Bhuteshwar Mahadev. There is this deity. There is a deity of Lord Shiva in Mathura. There's Seswar Mahadev also, and there is also in Govardhan there is also Chakreswar Mahadev, where the form of the of Lord Shiva is there. And there was a story of Sanatan Goswami where Chakreswar. Chakreswar is where uh, Sanatan Goswami, he will write and chant, but somehow or other um, he's being disturbed by mosquitoes. And Lord Shiva, he wanted to have also the association of Sanatan Goswami, and knowingly that if Sanatan Goswami will be disturbed and he will go somewhere else, then Lord Shiva, he disguised himself as a sadhu or as a yogi. So he promised Sanatan Goswami that yes, from tomorrow, I promise you, you continue your duties, you continue your writings and your chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and I promise that there will be no more mosquitoes there. So the next day, Sanatan Goswami was surprised that there no mosquitoes can be found. So even up to this date, if you go there, you will still find this place in Chakreswar that there is no one single mosquito. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also in his travels in South India specifically, he would go to many Lord Shiva temple and he will offer his respect. This is the misconception though, because there are many, 18 Puranas, 6 Puranas in the mode of goodness, 6 Puranas in the mode of passion, 6 Puranas in the mode of ignorance. So those who are worshippers of Lord Shiva and not knowing that Lord Shiva is a supreme Lord, is a devotee of the Supreme Lord, then they worship him as Lord of everything, as the Bhagavan. Of course, he is also Bhagavan, but not Purna or Swayam Bhagavan. Like devotees of the Lord, they also called Bhagavan, like Narad Muni. And so Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he will go inside temples of Lord Shiva, but not to worship Lord Shiva as a supreme Lord, but he will offer respect. And because, yes, according to the Srimad Bhagavatam, of all the rivers, Ganges is the best. Of all the rivers, Ganges, of all the mountains, the Himalayas is the king of the mountains. And of all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the topmost. Vaishnavanam Yatashambhu. So, is the Lord Shiva a demigod or not? At the same time, he is. At the same time, he is not. Mahadev. So, to unlock or get out of this material world, we have to serve the devotees. This is the main message here, that if we worship Lord Shiva in his feature as topmost Vaishnava, then we will make advancement, we will get his mercy, and hope against hope, we'll go back home, back to Godhead by the mercy of the Supreme Lord himself. And demons, they worship him to get boons for their own benefit, and this will yield into big problems to those who worship Lord Shiva for some material boons. There is a story also where Lord Shiva, where he was talking to this one Brahmana, because this Brahmana, his daughter is getting married, and he doesn't have any funds to do the wedding properly. So Lord Shiva says, okay, why don't you go to Vrindavan and look for Sanatan Goswami, and he has the most valuable item. He has the most valuable item in the world. So he went there, and then the Brahmana asked Lord Sanatan Goswami, that if I can have your most valuable item. Then Sanatan Goswami says, okay, you go to the Yamuna and you will find There's so many stories, different what do you call these different derivatives or different explanation of this story. But this is one of those explanation about this story. So Lord Shiva, he told this Brahmana, then Brahmana went to Sanatana Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami says, okay, you go to the Yamuna, you'll find it near the sand. We heard another story that Sanatana Goswami told the Brahmana, okay, you go near the pile of the rubbish area or the garbage area, and you'll find the touchstone. So no, this touchstone means everything that has been touched by this stone will turn into gold. So the Brahmana found the touchstone, and he found a little piece of iron, and then he touched that stone, Chintamani stone, to this iron rod, and the iron rod turned into gold. But then he was thinking, well, if Sanatana Goswami is in the possession of this touchstone, and he just put it in the corner near the rubbish, or then this is not the most valuable. Otherwise, why will he keep it just right in the corner? So better I just ask him for the most valuable thing that he has. And then Sanatana Goswami says, if you really want the most valuable thing, then you have to throw away this touchstone. So he came back. He went back to the Yamuna. He threw the touchstone to Yamuna, and then he came back to see Sanatana Goswami. And then Sanatana Goswami was surprised that he's back, and he asked, "What do you want now?" Well, if you having this touchstone only in the corner, this is not your most valuable item. You must be having much more valuable than this. And then Sanatana Goswami gave him the holy name, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, which fulfills all of your desires, both spiritual and material. So that is the ultimate, most valuable thing in this world, the holy name. So Lord Shiva is always meditating on Lord Sankarshan, as I mentioned earlier. He's always meditating on Lord Sankarshan, means Balaram. But then to prove also that that Lord Shiva is a devotee and he is not ultimately on the same level as Lord Krishna. And there is this pastimes in the Shrimad Bhagavatam where he became attracted to Mohini Murti. Mohini Murti is the female incarnation of the Supreme Lord. She was there during that pastimes where the demons and the demigods, they had truce. They agreed to temporarily be at peace with each other because they wanted to churn the nectar, the amrita. To get this amrita means if you drink this, you will have an eternal life. You will never die. So the first thing that came out actually is poison. And this story is in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then to save us, Lord Shiva saved us by drinking this poison. But then knowingly that Lord Krishna is within his heart, so he didn't really, he drank the poison to save us. Because if this poison, no one will consume this poison, then the entire universe will be infected or it will be poisoned. So he drank this poison, but then knowingly that Lord Krishna is within his heart, so he stopped. He drank the poison, but then he he remained, the remainder of this, he doesn't want that poison to reach his heart because he, knowingly that Lord Krishna is there. So the poison just stopped from his neck. And that's why his neck is colored blue. And that's why he's called what? Malinikanta? Malinikanta. And then later on, many items came out from that churning, the milk in that ocean of milk, having Vasuki as the rope, and having Mandara Mountain is there also, and Kurma Dev as the Fibet. Yes. So Mohini Murti also appeared, and somehow everyone became attracted and became enticed by her beauty also, that even Lord Shiva also followed her. So which means that Lord Shiva is not the same as Lord Krishna. Even though he's very, what's it called, focus, he's in meditation, but when he saw Mohini Murti, he became also captivated. And there is this story also where Brigumuni, to prove who is the greatest, Brigumuni also, because sages, they were having a discussion. They were talking about who is the topmost, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or Lord Narayan, Lord Vishnu. So Brigumuni was the one appointed to check. So Brigumuni, he is the priest of the demigods. So he went to see Lord Brahma. Then Lord Brahma, when he saw Lord Brahma is the father of Brigu. But then he did not offer obeisances within his mind. Within his mind, he didn't even do anything. So Lord Brahma became angry at this. Became angry that he didn't offer obeisances, his son. And then he went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he saw Lord Shiva there. He did not also Parvati. They're talking with each other, and then somehow or other he spoke ill words against Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva became angry also in that sense. Mother Parvati did not like this attitude of Brigumuni. So therefore, he became so. For Lord Brahma, he became angry mentally. For Lord Shiva, he became angry at Brigumuni. And then he went to Lord Vishnu, who's lying down having massage by Lakshmi Devi. And somehow or other, Brigumuni was there and he's not entertained. And then he became angry, and then physically he pushed. Actually, he kicked. He kicked Lord Vishnu, and Lord Vishnu, so shanti, so peaceful. I didn't say anything. He just like pardon. Oh, he doesn't know. He's just a child. He doesn't know what he's doing. So he understood. Brigumuni, he went back to the sages and he understood that actually the topmost of them all is Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. So in this way, today is very auspicious day, the Mahashivaratri. There are like 12 or 13 Shivaratris throughout the whole year, but this is the most auspicious Mahashivaratri. Also, this coincides with the wedding of Lord Shiva and his associate, eternal consort, Parvati. That's why it is Mahashivaratri. And for those who are in the mode of ignorance and passion, they worship Lord Shiva. And today is a very good excuse for them to become intoxicated. Actually, there are like few days, some days that this is the culmination. They do a lot of tapasya, but their tapasya is not sleeping. Mhm. Some, they don't even eat any grains for many, many days. This is the culmination, and they will be up all night. It's like in India. I've had this experience staying in Delhi temple. You know, they will come, they will put a red band in their head, but they will not sleep, and they will be fasting. And today is like the biggest day for them. For them. But yeah, it says those who are worshippers of Lord Shiva, they take intoxication because they said Lord Shiva also takes intoxication, but that is not true. It's not true. It's just like their excuse to worship Lord Shiva. So yes, very very interesting personality. Um, if you don't mind, I can read like a prayer. Let me see. One moment, please. Uh, Give me a little bit. There you go. And the Shrimad Bhagavatam. Let me see if I can. The phone. Yes. Lord Shiva glorifies the beauty of Lord Vishnu. This is from the fourth canto of the Shrimad Bhagavatam, whereby uh, the meeting of the Prachetas, Prachetas also, they're sons of Prajapati Daksha, they're asked to perform tapasya. But then, because of their tapasya, Lord Shiva became so pleased, and they had darshan of Lord Shiva. Now, to have darshan of Lord Shiva is not very common. It is very, very rare. It's like to have darshan of Lord Krishna is very rare. Lord Shiva also is the same thing. But because they due to their austerities, they the Prachetas pleased, huh? Pleased. So this is from the fourth canto, chapter 24, text 44 to 53, translations by Srila Prabhupada. This is the glorification of Lord Shiva, the beauty of Lord Vishnu. And after this, we will conclude after this glorification. My dear Lord, I wish to see you exactly in the form that your very dear devotees worship. You have many other forms, but I wish to see your form that is especially liked by the devotees. Please be merciful upon me and show me that form. For only that form worshipped by the devotees can perfectly satisfy all the demands of the senses. The Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens, his bodily features also glisten. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has 4 arms and an exquisitely beautiful face with eyes like lotus petals, a beautiful, highly raised nose, a mind-attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. The Lord is super excellently beautiful on account of his open and merciful smile and his sidelong glance upon his devotees. His black hair is curly, and his garments, waving in the wind, appear like flying saffron pollen from the lotus flowers. His glittering earrings, shining helmet, bangles, garland, ankle belts, waist belt, and various other bodily ornaments, combined with conch shell, disc club, and lotus flower, to increase the natural beauty of the Kaustuba pearl on his chest. The Lord, the Lord has shoulders just like a lion's. Upon these shoulders are garlands, necklaces, and epaulets, and all of these are always glittering. Besides this, there is the beauty of the Kostubamani pearl. And on the dark chest of the Lord there are streaks named Srivatsa, which are signs of the goddess of fortune. The glittering of these streaks excels the beauty of the golden streaks on a gold testing stone. Indeed, such beauty defeats a gold testing stone. The Lord's abdomen is beautiful due to the three ripples in the flesh. Being so round, his abdomen resembles the leaf of a banyan tree. And when he exhales and inhales, the movement of the ripples appears very, very beautiful. The coils within the navel of the Lord are so deep that it appears that the entire universe sprouted out of it and yet again wishes to go back. The lower part of the Lord's waist is dark and covered with yellow garments and a belt bedecked with golden embroidery work. His symmetrical lotus feet and the calves, thighs, and joints of his legs are extraordinarily beautiful. Indeed, the Lord's entire body appears to be well built. My dear Lord, your two lotus feet are so beautiful that they appear like two blossoming petals of the lotus flower, which grows during the autumn season. Indeed, the nails of your lotus feet emanate such a great effulgence that they immediately dissipate all the darkness in the heart of a conditioned soul. My dear Lord, kindly show me that form of yours which always dissipates all kinds of darkness in the heart of a devotee. My dear Lord, you are the supreme spiritual master of everyone. Therefore, all conditioned souls covered with the darkness of ignorance can be enlightened by you as the spiritual master. My dear Lord, those who desire to purify their existence must always engage in meditation upon your lotus feet, as described above. Those who are serious about executing their occupational duties and who want freedom from fear must take to this process of bhakti yoga. Hare Krishna. So, it is very, very auspicious today to pray to Lord Shiva. Somehow we should imbibe from him also that desire to serve the Supreme Lord with great humility, like he does. Um, to have our mind and consciousness be always focused on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, to have always meditate on the form of the Supreme Lord, beautiful, beautiful form of the Supreme Lord, so that be able to cleanse all of these unwanted desires and sinful activities that we may perform in the future. By the mercy of the devotee, everything is possible. The devotees of the Supreme Lord are more merciful than the Supreme Lord himself. So if we pray to Lord Shiva to attain Krishna Prem, hopefully in the near future, we should try in this lifetime somehow that it may be fulfilled. Har Har Mahadev. Lord Shiva Ki Jai. We will stop here. I mean, there are many pastimes in the Srimad Bhagavatam, many prayers of Lord Shiva. You can read that also to spend your day in this very auspicious day of Shiv Mahashivaratri. That's why we're talking about Lord Shiva. So if you have any points to add, if you have any questions, you may please do so. We're trying to somehow.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, मेरा एक प्रश्न है कि बचपन से लेके आज तक हमने यही सुना हुआ है कि जो शिव जी हैं वो तंत्र अघोरियों को ट्रेन करते हैं. अगर वो सारे डिमंस मतलब बुराइयों को खत्म करने के लिए भगवान है, तो ये मिसकंसेप्शंस कौन फैलाता है?
या महाराज, I will translate. अनुष्का माता जी, आपकी आवाज बहुत कम आ रही है, आप थोड़ा जोर से कहेंगे? आपका प्रश्न दोबारा से पूछिए, मैं महाराज को ट्रांसलेशन करके दूंगा.
हाँ जी, हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, मेरा प्रश्न है कि हमने बचपन से यही सुना है कि जो शिव जी हैं वो तंत्र गुरु हैं. अघोरी लोग सब उनसे ट्रेनिंग लेके गुफाओं में बैठते हैं और शिव जी के ग्रेस से वो ट्रेंड होते हैं. अगर शिव जी सारी बुराइयों के को खत्म करने के देवता हैं, जैसे वो सारी बुराइयों से संसार को बचाने के लिए उनको एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, तो ये मिसकंसेप्शंस कौन फैलाता है कि वो तंत्र गुरु हैं, वो भांग पीते हैं और हम तो शिव जी का प्रसाद समझ के खा रहे हैं? ये मिसकंसेप्शंस कहाँ से आती हैं जिनको बचपन से सुन सुनकर हम बड़े हुए हैं?
थैंक यू. जी जी माता जी, मैं महाराज को ट्रांसलेशन बताता हूँ. Maharaj, Mataji has actually in one question there are three parts. So first of all, that Mataji is saying that there is a connection of Lord Shiva with the Aghori Babas. You know, they go into the some part of the jungles and do their tapasya and all these things. One thing. Second thing, the Mataji is saying that because they are doing a lot of tantra vidya. A lot of in the mood of ignorance they are doing a lot of activities, and why Lord Shiva support them, and as a devotee Shiva remove all the obstacles and all the avidya or the ignorance. Then why there is a misconception related to the agoris and tantra vidya, and apart from the devotee he purify, but still these people are doing sinful activities. So these are actually the question of Mataji, and this there are three questions.
You see, Lord Shiva actually doesn't approve of their activities in the mode of ignorance. Not just the Agoris, anybody. I mean, see, the way that Lord Shiva function is that those who are in the mode of ignorance and passion, if they worship Lord Shiva, even the demons, they worship Lord Shiva. This gives them the chance to make advancement, because the worship of higher being it actually will lead them ultimately that eventually they become purified, that they will worship Lord Krishna later on. See, the Vedas is the structure of the Vedas is that everyone, whether in a mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, everyone can be accommodated. So if somehow or other those who are in the mode of ignorance and passion, they start to do worship demigods, because demigods, you want to fulfill your material desires very quickly, you worship a demigod. Demigods are there for that reason. This is part of the Upasana Kanda of the Vedas. But ultimately, the topmost worship will be later on. They will be Lord Vishnu. Just like in the Vedas also, it says, okay, you want to eat meat? You can eat meat, but don't eat cow's flesh. You can eat lower species of animals. They start worshipping Kali or Durga. It's like in Holy Gut. Holy Gut. They have this Kalki. They have this, and they consider this as prasad because they offer it to Kalki. But then, see, this is the start. After many lifetimes, they will be able to worship because they understood. Hey, if I want some material boon, let me worship this devata, right? And in this way, the mood of worship will eventually come to the platform that they will worship Lord Vishnu. So Lord Shiva is like this. This is his function. As we mentioned earlier, he doesn't like those who worship Lord Shiva in the mood that he's a supreme Lord. No, he's not. He doesn't like. If we worship Lord Shiva as a devotee, then he will give ultimate mercy. See, there are two things. There is what you call puja. Puja means what? You can have Ganesh puja. You can have Surya puja. You can have Shiva puja, but then it's not the same as bhakti. Because puja means for material benefit, ultimately. But when you do bhakti, it will culminate. Those who are doing all of these pujas, ultimately, it'll culminate into bhakti. And so, Mahadev, who is the topmost devata, they all go straight to Mahadev. And this is the trick. Remember this? The Vedas, they are misusing the Vedas. And then what? Lord Buddha came. Lord Buddha came. And he says, no, there's no Vedas. But then after that, who came? Shankaracharya. Right? Isn't it? It's a trick. Shankaracharya also is the leader of the Mayavadis. But then, no, he is not a Mayavadi. Shankaracharya is not Mayavadi. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Mudha Mate. You fools, what is the use of your word jugglery? Just worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. It's an expansion of Lord Shiva also. So, yes, there are this kind of living beings who wants material boons. Fine. You go to Lord Shiva, but then you'll be tricked. You'll get your material boon, you'll be frustrated, then you start worshiping Lord Vishnu, ultimately. Is that okay?
Hari Bol. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Maharaj.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Huh?
She's
Is that
thanking
okay?
you, Maharaj. Yeah, she's thanking you, Maharaj. And I also sent the translation in Hindi. What you were saying, I sent in the WhatsApp translation to Mataji as well. I just wanted to add one thing, Maharaj.
Yes.
Most of the Shiva devotees, they say that taking Maharajuna is also we follow the Shiva, so we take Maharajuna as well, and we are addicted. They are taking drugs and all these things.
Yes.
So Shiva also took the Sagar Manthan poison, and it's for Nilkanta. Then why they don't take poison also? If they want to copy,
That's
then
what
copy the
Prabhupada
full.
says.
this
That's what Prabhupada says.
cheating.
Yeah. That's what Prabhupada says in the Bhagavad Gita. Why don't they take poison? Actually, in the heavenly planets, they have some kind of intoxication, like
Somaras.
drink called somaras. But that is not the same as like whiskey or gin or vodka that we have here in this planet. That will bewilder you. That will like That will put you more in a mode of ignorance and passion. That somaras is different. The effect of that is like more of a, in a sense, enjoying, but not in a mode of ignorance. Okay.
Maharaj, there are two questions. One is from Rajat
Yes.
Prabhu and other is from Radhika Mataji. Rajat Prabhu is asking, Lord Shiva himself influenced by Tamoguna, as he is reflected or shown that he consumes marijuana. Can you tell more on this as non-devotees speaks on this aspect of Lord Shiva? I think you already answered this.
Yeah, he is not really. He's just, they try to imitate him. Like, okay, try to imitate Lord Shiva. You go sleep in the crematorium. You sleep in the cemetery. You put ashes all over your body and see if you'll be able to do it, you know, long time. Okay?
हाँ
Because, you know, I mean,
2 बज गए
nowadays, no one, you know,
बज गए
you have to take bath twice a day at least. You know, you wear your designer clothes. You will not wear like practically naked. You don't wear anything. You will not do that. Lord Shiva is meditating in Kailash mountain in the Himalayas without any clothes, without any parka or, you know, can you go up there without any clothes and do meditation? No, we cannot imitate. But we see we have to learn the mood of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is always, he is untouched also by the material energy and is always meditating on the Supreme Lord. Okay.
Thank you, Maharaj. There is a next question from Radhika Mataji. Mataji is saying, in Ramayana, Ramachandra is shown worshipping Shiva Linga.
Ah.
The sin of killing Ravana, who was a Brahmana. So does it means Ramchandra was a devotee of Shiva? Please forgive me. if
Okay,
thinking
okay.
is offense.
Okay, this story is not in the Valmiki Ramayana. It's in the Tulsidas, Raman Charita Manas. You will never find that story. Who is Ramachandra worshipping? Or Ravana? No,
No, Ramchandra is worshipping Shiva Linga.
no. He because Ramachandra gives respect to Lord Shiva. Ramachandra did not become subordinate. Ramachandra, he understood the position of Lord Shiva as Vaishnavanam Yatashambhu. So he did not pray to Lord Shiva to kill Ravana. Ram did not pray to Lord Shiva to kill Ravana. Ravana can be killed with a flick of his fingernail. Huh? He went there. But he did not worship like the way that those who are in the mode of ignorance worshiping Lord Shiva. No, he just like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he went to practically all the Shiva temples where he passed through in South India. But he did not pray that, oh Lord, like praying to Lord Krishna. No, he gave respect. So similarly, the devotees also, whenever we go to a temple of Lord Shiva, we should also pray to him to become a nice devotee like him. Devotees of Lord Krishna, they offer respects to the devatas because knowingly that they're doing their duties only. But we don't ask for material boon. We ask for obstacles to be eliminated on the path of bhakti. It's like you can worship Ganesh to help you get relieved, get out of this material world and all the obstacles to get rid of. So similarly, Ramachandra did not pray to Lord Shiva, worshipping the Shiva Linga and saying, you know, please help me to defeat Ravana. No. He prayed to Lord Shiva to get his association because the Lord wants association of his devotees, his pure devotees. Do you follow?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Do you understand? So whenever we go to Devatas temples and many temples, we offer our respects and worship them being their devotees of the Supreme Lord. That's all. We don't offer prayers like offering prayers to Lord Krishna, because they are also devotees of the Supreme Lord. But if they give their mercy, then the path is wide open. There's a lot of misconceptions, so we have to understand this. Okay, so that's a very good question. Anything else?
Prabhuji, there is a saying, Shankar Priya Mam Rohi, Shiv Drohi Mam Das, Tenar Karahi Kalpa Bhai, Ghor Narak Mein Vas. It means Lord Shiva worships Lord Krishna and Lord Krishna worships Shankar.
Where
What you
is
say
this?
in
Where is this saying? Where is this?
this saying is that Lord Shiva
Where,
worships
I
Lord
know.
Krishna
Where is
and
the
Lord Krishna worships Lord Shiva.
where is the
What do you
pranam?
say about that?
Where is the praman? Where is that? Where did it came from? We told this in the huh? We have
It is
mentioned
a saying.
it's a saying. Who says?
Yeah.
You can make your own
At the
saying.
time of at the time of at the time of getting Sita Mataji from Ravana, and Lord Rama, who says that, who is in Hinduism is accepted, is avatar of Lord Krishna. So he also worshipped Lord Shiva.
As we mentioned earlier, is the same thing. You know, Lord Krishna is the fountainhead. We already explained this before.
Yeah.
Lord Shiva is expansion. What's that?
Namaste.
Okay. My understanding is that Lord Krishna, he doesn't worship his devotee, but he wants the association of his devotee. He is very eager to have that association of his devotees. Our worship is only to Krishna. Bhajate, is only to Lord Krishna. No, we don't worship the demigods. That bhajan only applicable to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna doesn't worship anyone. He accepts service. He doesn't. Well, he serves his devotees also as well, by giving them the facilities to increase their bhakti. But there is no way that, again, a misconception. Please, there's so many misconception in this, what you call Hindu theology, in the namesake of fulfilling material desires. We say this, we say that, we say that, we say this. No. Just look at this. Lord Shiva is praying to Lord Krishna. And that what we read from the fourth canto. There's no. He gives blessings, because he gives blessings. He gives moksha. But Lord Krishna doesn't worship. Of course, he worships his father and mother, Mother Yasoda, Mother Yasoda and Nanda Maharaj. He worships them, but that's not the same as worship that, oh yeah, you are the Supreme Lord. He worshipped them according to his relationship. Okay. Lord Krishna will not worship Lord Shiva, acknowledging that Lord Shiva is greater than him. Do you follow? Hello? Do you understand? So we have to, if you really want to understand the position of Lord Shiva, then only read what the acharyas, our acharyas in our line of disciplic succession says, and from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Amala Puranam, spotless. If you read other, see, if you read Shiva Purana, Shiva Purana, then it's written there that Lord Shiva is the Supreme Lord. Again, this is a trick. This is the trick of the Supreme Lord. So that ultimately, you will read in the Bhagavad Purana that Lord Shiva is worshipping Lord Krishna. So you follow in the footsteps of Lord Shiva. Do you follow? Huh? I can ask for one more question if you like. Then we will
yeah,
wrap
Maharaj,
it.
this is the last question from Amit Sethi Prabhu, and then we will end the session because it's a bit late for you as well. So this will be a quick question answer, I think.
So late, but I have a request though. Listen, after this question, I would like to turn you all turn on your camera, and I would like to have darshan of all of you. That is okay.
That's very nice request from Maharaj, and I also want to see. You know, Maharaj, we are in touch with these devotees since more than, you can say, next month we are completing 1 year, and still I have not seen some of the devotees' face. So we have
Turn on your video while the internet's still good.
yeah. So Rajat Prabhu, we can see Rajat Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Where are you? Oh, here we go. Okay, Rajat. Yes.
Yes.
I'm sure.
I'm from Kolkata.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm currently in Kolkata in my hometown only, at my home.
Oh, okay.
We have Radhika Mataji, and we have Isha Mataji, we have Anushka Lamba Mataji as well. And there are still many devotees who are online, but Maharaj has requested them. We want to see Maharaj have darshan with the devotees.
So you
Because
can see the
impersonal. We are not impersonal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe you're sleeping. You just turn on your WebEx, or it's fine.
We can see Varun Prabhu as well. Varun Prabhu, and oh, Haribol, nice to see the darshan of Vinitra Mataji. Amit Sethi Prabhu as well. Yeah, that's nice. Very good. Amit Sethi Prabhu, Vinitra Mataji, we can see, and Dr. Parmila Kalia. Okay,
Many of them
Amit Sethi
left
Prabhu.
already, I thought so, because they probably have work.
Yeah. But Maharaj, I want to say that our congregation, by the mercy of Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and yourself, is going very nice. And it's next month we are completing 1 year. We
Wow.
started this program for 1 month only, but the devotees are coming regularly, and we see the enthusiasm of these devotees. So we are continuing this program. So in a short, Maharaj, I know that you are also getting late. I just want it won't take more than 30 seconds. I just wanted to share with all of you devotees on my screen our memories with Maharaj. There are only 10-12 pictures that I just wanted to share with you. These include the installation of our Lordship Shri Nitai Sundar Gaura Raj, and you can see the Maharaj came in Dubai, and Maharaj was at Rahul Garg Prabhu's home. So we received Maharaj for the class, and it is some 3-4 years ago. And this was our first home in Dubai Marina, where the Maharaj personally came and installed the beautiful CC Nitai Sundar Gaur Natraj. So Maharaj installed these deities and inaugurated in 2017. And you can see Jai Keshav Prabhu and Maharaj with us, and myself also. Maharaj is performing first time the Aarti of Shri Shri Nitai Sundar Gaur Nataraj, and the name also was given to deities by Maharaj. So this is the Abhishek picture of Abhishek that Maharaj is doing first time at Dubai Marina when Maharaj was there, and beautiful effulgences coming from the transcendental body of Maharaj. So this is our second house when Maharaj personally came and gave us opportunity to serve him. So this is a welcome, and after seeing the deities, Maharaj was very happy. This is some 3 years ago, and Maharaj gave us a comment. They are very happy, and Maharaj was smiling. And this is some 3 years ago, and we did also the program at our home, at a home of Sri Nitai Sundar Gaur Nataraj, along with almost 20 devotees. We can see Daya Gorang Prabhu and so many wonderful devotees, Shanti Krishna Prabhu, Dan Gopal, and this is we can see our many god brothers are there. So Maharaj personally came, and Maharaj likes Kerala, so we made 2 to 3 dishes for the Maharaj, and Maharaj really enjoyed the biryani. This is from our home country, and these are the some of
Me
the
hungry now.
Maharaj, you are most welcome. You are most welcome.
Is there a lockdown in Dubai?
Not lockdown, but still they are taking precautions. 50% occupancy in the offices, malls, and everywhere. So
Okay.
limitation, but not
Hopefully
lockdown.
we'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you this year.
We are waiting, Maharaj, for your darshan, and we again wanted to meet with you. And it's been a long time. We have not met, Maharaj. So,
Okay.
there is a Sushant Prabhu as well. He is also on his video. So please bless Maharaj, all the devotees. Thank you for your time. Today's class was wonderful.
Thank you so much for your association. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
So
Krishna.
Bham Bole Janta Mahadev ki jai. Devadev Mahadev ki jai. His Holy Bhakti Anugraha Janardana Swami Maharaj ki. So we will pay our obeisances to all the Vaishnavas and end the session. Vancha kalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhuvai evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Sri Vaishnave namaha. Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Shri Radha Kunj Bihari Bhagwan ki jai. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maharaj, we have got permission from Gurudev. Nirmala asked Guru Maharaj for the. Now the deities went for the renovation. We made the deities on the gold plated. So Maharaj gave us the permission, and we took the deities and they made it gold plated. And after that, deities they are under the Nirmala and all. They are making it in the color. So we are not serving the deities right now. So it will start next week. We are waiting for the Netra as well. We bring it from Vrindavan. My sister, she has sent the eyes from the Vrindavan. And now the deity is completely gold plated, and we will continue worshipping from next week. And Guru Maharaj allow us and give us permission to Nirmala that yes, you can go ahead for this. So I just wanted to inform you. Please keep it in a note, Maharaj. And as you are our Shiksha Guru, so we are informing you, and Guru Maharaj also be informed, and then we continued it.
Okay, good. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Thank you. Thank you. Wish you a happy Krishna consciousness day to all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Hare.